Everyone at least wants to ask you these questions. What are your hobbies? What is your favorite color? What are you doing in my room? Or if you are in the Playbreak community, who is the weakest monster in the game? I have seen and heard people point out basically every single one of them. Xboxy, everyone knows he ain't trashy, the wool grabber, 2000 deluxe. Hello? What the? Huggy for not being able to track down players that well, Stalky getting punished after missing his bounce or even landing it because the specialists get 10 business days to escape because of the on-the-hit speed boost, and Stalky also gets hand lag. But the one that stood out the most and is heavily agreed upon is Mommy. Some people somehow try to defend it and say she's actually very strong due to her X-ray and the grapple to catch up much better, and she even got a buff recently too. But is that all actually true? That's what I'm here for today, and we will even answer some questions like how her current kit can be balanced by itself, could she maybe get a new ability, but mainly, why is Mommy Longlegs the weakest killer in Playbreak?
See, that's proof of it right there. Don't grab me, mommy!
Let's firstly start by explaining her kit to actually understand what we are working with. She can use a grapple to grab onto any solid object, it has unlimited range, she gets slower while charging it, but faster while grabbing, and it has no cooldown. The second ability. She can see every specialist in the match, has a cooldown of roughly 30 seconds, and the aura reveal itself is around 3 seconds. If you are newer to Playbreak, you probably think this kit sounds amazing. You can travel in different directions other than horizontal consistently, with no cooldown, and can even see everyone like twice a minute. But then you think about it deeper. Where is the chase extender? Or a proper gap closing move? And that's where her most major issue comes from. Every single other monster has a way to close the gap inside a chase. Stalky has Pounce, Huggy has Sprint, and Boxy has both Leap and Grab. But then you look at Mommy and realize she has nothing. Nothing to work with to close the gap in a chase. Some people would try to say that the grapple is serving that role because it makes you faster than walking. No, the grapple is meant to be a movement ability, helping her travel better on higher places and to cut corners in open areas. But that's not a gap closer, as I said, that's a movement ability. You can say the X-ray can help to some point, but it's honestly more of a peekaboo ability rather than an X-ray. It still is honestly keeping Mommy somewhat playable and not completely helpless, because without it, she wouldn't be bad. She would be like a 0 kills Battlegrounds player, like, hopeless! It still sadly doesn't save her other flaws, which are 99% tied to the grapple ability. Not only that, but she also gets heavily countered by tighter areas and looping spots, because yes, at the open, she can use her grapple ability much more freely and cut off better, but in close spaces, she's just even more screwed. The grapple is just not viable enough in a chase to really help you close the gap. Yes, it could definitely help get closer, but you quite literally get closer, not enough to hit them, but barely behind them. The only way you can win against actual good players is for them to make a mistake so you can punish them, which very rarely happens. Side note, I even experienced it myself. I went against the #1 player on the leaderboards, who is also one of the most skilled players in the game, and the only reason why I won those matches was because he made a mistake. If he wouldn't, it would just be ringed around the rosy still the rain sunshine, and that was just a 1v1. Just imagine a full lobby of people on a higher skill level. You are grilled to perfection! Sorry, that got a little heated. Now let's explain why this kid just can't be balanced.
Oh god. Oh no!
Mommy knows other ways to play with you.
Mummy, not here.
So, firstly, let's get the X-ray out of the way, because that's less complex to explain. It is just an aura revealing ability after all that doesn't do anything else, so anything you do with it will be fine, I guess, unless you make the cooldown like below 20 seconds and make the aura reveal for like 10 seconds. If you would actually do this, was stimmt nicht mit dir? I guess it could be like keep the 30-second cooldown but make the aura reveal a bit longer to like 5 seconds so you can actually use it in a chase, or make the cooldown lower to like 25 seconds and make the aura reveal like 8 seconds but add like a 3-second speed penalty for it. Please do not argue about these numbers, those are just examples. Please don't start wars in the comments, I'm begging you on my knee. Now onto the big fish in the tank. Grapple. That ability just can't get the treatment to be balanced properly. If you make it pull you slower, but the hand itself travels faster, that will just be pure movement and not even able to cut corners in a chase. If you make it the same speed as your walking speed and no speed debuffs, that could somewhat work, but it would be way too simple to actually work inside the chase. And if you make it give you speed debuffs when shooting out and give you more pulling speed, that's the version we have now. The thing I said earlier in the video will happen, so you will basically just stay behind the survivor, never catch up, and get barbecued by tight spaces. And now if you make it pull you faster without any speed debuffs, that's just straight up broken. You won't get punished at all, you are constantly on the specialist, but now you would be actually able to hit them and chases almost instantly, even if the specialist doesn't make mistakes. Do you see the issue with the ability? It is just a lose-lose scenario if you both nerf it or buff it. It will just never be balanced, not even Bob the Builder can fix the ability.
Is ready.
So, how are we going to fix it? Hold my script papers and listen with this insane idea that absolutely no one talked about before. Drum roll. A brand new ability. Yay! No one saw that coming. Yeah! And what exact new ability? If you played the original Project Playtime, you're definitely pointing out the web shooting ability she had in phase 1. But first of all, it was completely busted, and it is basically Boxy's grab if it copied its homework and didn't try to make it look obvious. So, let's get an idea that some people said would work, and I personally think it's the best choice as well. A trapping ability. This would make her playstyle different, but unique at the same time from other killers. She could place down the webs between 2 walls, the stretch between the walls, but of course have a limit to prevent things like this from happening. She could place around, I think, 3 to 5 webs would work, and if you select the first and the final point with an M1 where you want it, you get a 1 second end lag, and while placing it down, she would be slowed down. The cooldown of the ability itself would be 5 seconds. When a specialist walks into the web, their aura gets revealed to her for the same time they get debuffs, which is slowness.
I don't know what exact level of slowness there would be, since that would require actual testing, and I don't want to just split the random numbers here, so I'm just gonna keep it simple, okay?
And with this ability, we gotta change some things in the previous abilities for them to connect better. So, here they are. Grapple will not have the slowness debuff when shooting it, but the speed of the grappling will stay the same to the walking speed. This makes her movement basically consistent into all directions no matter where she goes, making her move more smoothly through the maps. The X-ray should also have a cooldown of around 25 to 30 seconds and make the aura reveal longer to around 5 seconds, basically making her aware of everyone and have better control. Now some more details for the spiderweb ability. When a specialist steps into it, they will get, as I already said, some slowness effect for 10 seconds, and during those 10 seconds, Mommy gets a speed boost. But there would be a little catch. She has this speed boost all the time until she gets to specialists closer than 60 to around 50 stats. Then she goes back to normal speed. However, that one little goober who got caught in that web will not get affected by this, so around him she still has the speed boost. This also prevents players from stepping into the web on purpose to sabotage someone. I know someone would do that. I see you there, that one person in the crowd. This idea definitely isn't perfect. It would need some proper testing to find out what exact values to use to properly balance it, but I feel like it would be good enough for Mami to have a more unique playstyle, punish reckless players, blocking off some loops, or even potentially doors, and actually become much more fun and unique to play. And that's it for today's video. If you actually stay till the end,
I don't know how to thank you. You're just awesome. Thank you so much.
I will actually try to make this a series talking about every single monster, so if you don't want to make stat, absolutely go below and smack that bell and subscribe to watch it as soon as it comes out. Expect videos around every 10 to 14 days, around the same quality as this one, or even higher quality, because I really want to improve in making videos. So if you have some constructive criticism or your opinion about this topic, drop it in the comments or join the Discord server that's linked in the description. There you can talk with me, join exclusive events, vote for upcoming videos, or just do your own thing. That's everything from me by ItzLibro. Hope you have an amazing rest of the day or night, Playbreakers, and peace.